Well, I made some progress on here and I'm just cleaning everything out. I got the pistons. I cleaned up got the pistons, got all the, I'll show you here in a second what I mean, but I got the crank cleaned up. I got everything. Right now I got the heads finished cleaning these bad boys up, but right now I got all the bearings, caps, and sitting in degreaser and got all my parts here. Right now I got the engine cleaned out some more. I got my connecting rods pressed off of the pistons. I'm getting the heads cleaned up right now, and I got all my bearing caps soaking. And right now I'm just got all the parts I need. I just got to finish getting everything put back together. I ran out of time here, but as you can see here, I had all the pistons pressed off of the rods, and I got to take these back to town and have them measured out to see if they're still good or not. And if not, I'm gonna have to get new ones. No big deal. But as far as everything, my heads, they're nice and shiny. Block's nice and clean, as you can see here. My cylinders, I'm gonna probably hone them out a little bit better. But as far as everything else, it's looking pretty clean for the most part. I'm probably gonna get a new harmonic balancer. But everything as far as the block, look at that, just nice and clean. You can't even see any dirt or anything on there. I mean, there's dirt, but I've never seen this engine clean like this before. As far as everything else, you know, I got my new bearings installed. So, but yeah, I got oil pan gasket, new oil pump. So I'm just gonna start. I got everything thrown back to soaking. I got all my bearing caps again, soaking in oil, but we'll see how she goes when I get her back together. Next day I have off, I'm gonna come out here and start throwing everything back together. But yeah, I was hoping I'd be able to at least get the pistons in tonight, but gotta get back to town. But it's looking nice now. I'm just still making progress. I had to take the crank back out and soak all my bearing caps because I got the crankshaft to spin freely a little bit better, but still I have to get my cylinders honed out. So, yep, that's about it. So, I made some more progress on her today. I didn't tighten any of the bolts down. I just started everything and got everything started. I did get my cam and crank together. Let me see if you can see that, but everything, my cam and my crank are in. Got my rear main sealed together. I didn't torque any of the bearings down because I'm not ready yet for that. I don't have my pistons in though. I don't have anything started. I just have I have my top end together so far. But to get the pistons out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the crank and everything off so I could I'm going to pull the crank out, but I'm going to leave the camshaft in. That way I'm going to slap the pistons in instead of hurting the top of the block. So I'm going to get my top end put all back together, my lifters all put in, my valve train and all that stuff together. And then I have to order a set of new pistons and connecting rods. Just like I thought I was going to have to, because if you look, I ended up getting my new pistons attached to my rod, but this connecting rod is shot, and there's a design fault. There's a design fault in these new pistons, because I'll show you here. You can't just put one new piston in and not put everything else new in. You got to replace all of them at the same time. But when they made these pistons, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but look at all the scuffs on these. There's a design flaw. I'm gonna either get a refund on those ones or just get new. I'm gonna buy a set of new pistons and connecting rods already attached, so I don't have to mess around with that torch because I literally burnt my face. But as far as the motor goes, I'm gonna get the top end, finish putting the top end together, and then I'm gonna get everything else done. I got my oil pan here, the oil pan gasket there, as well as the head gaskets. I didn't bolt these heads down yet. I just wanted to throw it together to show you that I was making progress. Nothing's tightened down. As you can see, there's no head bolts in. I still got to finish cleaning these heads a little bit better because they're shiny. You can see they're almost new, and the block's like new, but other than that, the motor's pretty much put together. I just have to get new. Another thing I have to do is get new spark plugs because these ones are fouled because of the blown head gaskets so many times I went through. But as far as everything else, the engine is pretty much done. I have to put it on hold for 2 more weeks because I have to get new pistons and connecting rods, and I'm not going to screw with those. I'm just going to have the shop. I'm going to take them down to a machine shop and have them press the rods in because I just need the pistons attached to everything. I have an extra set of rings with those pistons, so CP Molly rings, but I'm still going to put, here's a new oil pump, I got to put that in too when I get to that point. But nothing on the bottom end is in. There's no pistons in this motor. I just have the heads thrown. They're sitting on the dowel pins right now, but everything else is, it's getting there. Other than that, gotta wait. I have to put it on hold for 2 weeks, but looking nice so far. Everything's shiny clean. I mean, there's still dirt and rust and a little bit stuff like that, but that's nothing. That's nothing. This air truck. Nothing an air chuck can fix, you know. Nothing it can't fix, but everything else is just coming together the way it should. As you can see, it's clean because it's shining off in the light, but still got just a tad bit more final sprays to do on it with this air chuck, and gonna rinse it off with some more. I'm gonna get non-chlorinated brake fluid and put it all together, but before I do, I rehoned my cylinders a little bit better. Made them a little bit more. I rehoned them a little bit more because I didn't get the crosshatch good enough on it. But other than that, it's gonna be coming together. So gotta wait for 2 more weeks. Get new pistons, connecting rods. I already got a set of rings. It's gonna cost me about $250 more if I don't get my money back from eBay. But it's coming together.